Hello guys and welcome here to the Carvana Wildcard Series. This is the opening race for the round of 6. Your first chance to punch your ticket into the Championship 4 here today at Watkins Glen. This is not a normal Watkins Glen race for two reasons. Number one, we're running the boot for the first time ever in one of my sanctioned series. And number two, we're doing a radio-style broadcast today. So set up in the bus stop today, we got Dan Hummel.
Hey guys.
And set up in the boot today is Austin Shaw.
What's going on, guys?
Alright, so you guys are a little bit further from me, but let me ask you now, how big is the boot going to be in this race?
It's going to be huge. It's their first time on this boot. And the boot is somewhat narrower than the actual track itself. So anything can happen in this boot. There's heartbreaking points in that particular part of the track. We'll see.
Driven on this track too, Austin.
Oh yeah.
You know, as for the bus stop and into the boot, I mean, there's a big passing zone right into the hairpin there.
Mm-hmm.
Big passing zone. There's an uphill backstretch to another 90 degrees.
Yep.
And it adds a lot of excitement to the series.
Yeah, and we hope to bring this to the Cup Series one of these days. We're working out the kinks for that. But yeah, obviously this will have a big impact on the playoffs. Being a road course race, obviously next race we go to Talladega. The race after we go to the Roval. And for these playoff drivers, how big is it going to be today?
Pretty big.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm running out of good questions to ask. Anyway, we'll be right back. Austin, you want to take us for a lap around the track?
I will be glad to.
Alright, Austin has a lot of experience at this track, so who better to lead us for one lap around here? We'll return in just a moment.
Here is a lap at Watkins Glen International in New York. Down the front straightaway, down the first gear for the 90, up the gears, up the second, up the third, through one of the challenger parts of the course is the S's. You gotta get key to hit these apexes. Up the fourth gear, onto the backstretch. Down, part of the brakes down the second gear, into the bus stop. Up the second, up the third, around the carousel. Then onto the boot. Hard on the brakes for the toe of the boot. Long sweeping left-hander. Up the gears to the heel of the boot, which is a long right-hander. Key to maintain pace. Up the back end of the boot. Hard on the brakes for the other end of the boot. Then up out of the brakes again to get back onto the main course. A left-hander. Tap the brakes for the left-hander. Then switch it back to the right-hander, which is the last corner of the course. Up the gears. And back on the main stretch. And that is a lap at Watkins Glen International.
Alright, we're out of Austin's portion of the track here. He'll cover the boot as mentioned. Dan will cover the carousel and the in the bus stop. And I got you from here to the front stretch and through the S's. So you guys got the rosters ready to go as the pace car peels off. I'll take this one since it's in my zone right now. We're at Watkins Glen. Let's bring the action. Off into turn 1. Heavy braking on the right-hand corner. Joshua Sakali appears to have an advantage as we go through the S's, and they're going to have to get single file here. This is not a passing zone, but DJ Dogo has a bit of an advantage going through the S and just didn't quite get it. The 31 will clear off to Dan.
As you see, it's second place still side by side. The 49's trying to get a run to the bus stop. Hard braking into the bus stop. Coming through toward the outer loop. They see the 23 on the grass in there. The 99 still can't get cleared of him as we head to Austin for the boot.
Here comes the 31 into the toe of the boot. Got a sizable lead. The 99 and the 23 are side by side. Heading into the heel of the boot. 49 is trying to catch the second place battle, but the 99 looks like he's clear of the 23. Heading into now is the heel of the boot. 31 has got the lead. Back up to Brian and his spot.
Alright, and they try to avoid running it wide through that final part of the boot. We get out of the boot now. Joshua Sakali still maintains the lead. The 99 is finally clear for that second spot. As we head through the final few turns here, it looks like the 31 will lead the opening lap. And the 23 is trying to battle back. No playoff drivers in sight right now as Joshua Sakali leads the opening lap. Back behind them, there is no battles. They all get single file. And DJ Dogo will now set his sights on the 31. We get through the S's. The 31 hitting his marks pretty well down there as we send it off to Dan for the bus stop once again.
Roaring down the backstretch, single file here. 31 still pulling away. He's 0.8 of a second ahead. 99 starting to come up here down the inner loop. Gained a little bit coming into the outer loop as we go to Austin.
Here they come into the boot. Still single file, surprisingly. Joshua Sakali is the leader with DJ Dogo second. As it comes to the toe of the boot. One of the slowest parts of the track. Surprisingly, it's still single file. 31 has got the advantage with a couple of car lengths going to the heel of the boot. Looks like the 99 is trying to close on the 31 as we send it back to Brian.
Very tight exit as mentioned earlier. The 31 Joshua Sakali, he lost a little bit of ground I noticed as we were in Austin and Daniel's zones there. But it looks like the 31 is starting to pull away once again. The 38 is out of line. Maybe trying to get some clean air. Keep an eye on Dylan Young. He is the highest running playoff driver right now. He also won the round of 8. Being the points leader exiting that round. Sakali will lead another lap and he'll set his fastest lap as we go heavy brake into the 90-degree turn. And we'll go back up through the S's and out of the S's. We'll hit speeds excess of 175. And the 23 trying to close a little bit on the 99. We'll see if we have that battle as we head off to Daniel.
Up the hill, up to the highest part of the track. They're still single file. If you look at the 27th, Frodemar Otts, he's still battling. He's up there battling for 5th with the 07. Hillary Sanchez last race winner. Like down through the outer loop as we head back to Austin in the boot.
Joshua Sakali is still leading this race. DJ Dogo is trying to hold off the 23 car. As we come to the toe of the boot yet again. The 31 is holding a good amount of gap between him and the 99. See if the 23 can make a move into the heel. Not this time. as we come back up out of the boot up to Brian.
We came closer to a battle for second, and it looks like it's dissipated. The 23 will have to reset himself up as we head out of the boot here and into the final few corners. Scully maintaining a good three-quarters of a second lead. The other factor we now have to watch is going to be pit stops, and we're seeing them right now. Boy, they slowed down pretty late to hit the pit lane. You gotta wonder how many will get speeding penalties after that. As you see them all make the long trip to the pit lane. The 41 thought he'd stay out. 18 will stay out. Guys, this is a bit of a gamble. And for a guy that is not in the playoffs, Henry Williams, as we'll let these guys pit before we go back to our radio-style broadcast. Guys, this is interesting strategy here. This is a long track.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he's just trying to get some extra points here.
Yeah, and for a guy that, like I said, not in the playoffs, this is a steep gamble, being a 3-mile track. You run out at this part of the track, you're going to be in trouble.
Oh, absolutely.
We go through the bus stop. Daniel just saw him drive by. Here, we head off to the boot once again, and now the question remains. Does the 18 have enough fuel to get back around? If he does, how many positions could he pick up or lose here?
As I see him coming through the boot right now, he is trying, I would say, to pull back so he can get to pit road while running out of fuel, because running out of fuel here could be a very, very bad thing, especially going uphill.
Yep, here we go. He's heading the heel once again, I believe, coming up.
The thing with the boot is there's so much elevation change right there, just in the boot alone.
Yeah.
So if you run out of fuel, you're in trouble.
Yeah, back behind. The leaders aren't too far behind him right now. So this might end up hurting the 18 of Henry Williams in the long run, as he will come to the pit lane. And this is on lap number 4. So now the question is, do these guys have enough fuel to get to the end? Seeing that they seeing that the 18 made an extra lap, he may be the best one on fuel right now.
That might have been a good strategy for the 18.
Yeah, I agree right there. Anyway, once we kind of cycle out here, we'll go through the ring. Another thing that's a challenge here, you see there, pit road is in, reverse. So you're changing the left sides first and then going to the right side, or you're changing the right sides first against the wall and then going to the outside. That's got to be a challenge for these pit crews. Anyway, let's go through the field real quick. So we got Joshua Scully in first, Dave James in second, Brick Hill Sr. in third, Henry Sanford in fourth, and Samet Ozkan in fifth.
DJ Dogo 6th, Audemars Oak 7th, Dan Hummel 7th, David Blue 8th, Hilly Sanchez 9th.
I believe that's actually 10th right there, yeah. Sorry.
You got Dylan Young, Brad Stover in 12th, Mike Miller 13th, Ryan Johnson 14th, and then Tyler Reed 15th.
16th we got Greg Graff, Brick Hill Jr. in 17th, 18th Rick Johnson, 19th is Tyler Faden, and in 20th is Damian Blue. Back up front, we're in the boot, so off to Austin.
Looks like the 23 of Dave James is trying his best to catch up to that 31 and to come on to the short part of the boot. 31 still got a sizable lead as they come to the heel of the boot. Going up the hill, 31 still has the lead, and we go throw it to Brian.
Once again, that 31 gained the race lead. You saw DJ Dogo lost a lot of spots in the pit lane. Dave James gained a lot of ground on that 31. It is a mano battle as we enter 4 laps to go coming up here. And that 31 starting to pull a little bit of a gap. You saw on the back part. Oh, the 31 might not have filled up his gas tank. That's going to allow Dave James to take the race lead, or else he's short pitting. We'll have to get back to you on that strategy being played, or potential fail. Brick Hill Jr. now gets second, Henry Sanford in third. But keep in mind, that 23 has a big advantage now as we head off to Daniel outside Lies's.
A big move for the 23 up to the lead now, as he now has a sizable lead over the 49 to almost 3 seconds. As they go through the inner loop and toward the outer loop, and then we head off to Austin in the boot.
23 of Dave James come into the toe of the boot. Got a very, very sizable lead. I'm wondering if he will pit or not as they come to the toe. Brick Hill Sr. is trying to hold off the 5 of Henry Sanford as the 23 is still leading this race. Coming to the heel of the boot. And I'm going to send it off to Brian at the top.
Dave James still has a very sizable lead. Currently, we saw Austin mention the battle for second brewing here. While these two were trying to battle, they brought in the one of Samet Ozkan. He is now in a three-way battle for that second spot. And now, as Austin mentioned, we'll see the strategy played. Will the 23 pit? In fact, he will. So will the 49 and a handful of others. Guys, is this going to be a two-stop? Or, I'm sorry, a two-tire, four-tire? What strategy do you see here?
Well, I'll go with 2.
Let's do it at this point. I mean, you got
18. I know the 18. I know the 18 is gonna stay out because he pitted later.
Well, you have to pit again.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to stretch it if I'm him.
Yeah, we shall see. He threw the turns here.
I'm him at this point. I'm stretching it.
And, oh, the 40 is stopped on the track. This could bring, it is going to bring out the caution.
Watch out. I wouldn't be backing up if I were you.
She's lucky the track is clear.
40 is out again.
Oh, 23 hit the wall. But he got out in second.
5.
And the bad news for the 18, this is going to put him
huge.
at the back of the pack if he has to pit. And keep in mind, I don't think we'll be going back green either.
Probably won't.
So this is for the win.
If the 18 doesn't stay out, he just threw the race away.
Yep, and he'll throw it in favor of Dave James. And you see back there in the boot there, a battle for 6 that looks like. But up front, you saw Henry Williams. He's making his way through the final part of the boot there. I don't know, does he look like he's saving any fuel?
He's not.
Yeah, he might want to start clutching it.
Clutch it in 4th gear.
Yeah. You see there a bunch of guys running off into the booth. That's a nice angle. As we come back to the caution.
Will he pit?
You can't.
He can't
He's
this
not
time.
going to.
But he might when the pit road opens. Anyway, we know the 40 brought out the caution for stopping on the track, and we know that there were no cars involved, so we don't need to show you a replay necessarily, but actually, we might see, though, we're going to kind of go back and see if it was an engine issue. We'll inform you on what happened to the 40 to bring out the caution, but we'll take you to the finish. Here we go, making our way through the boot. The 5 car of Henry Sanford had an engine failure. That is a tough break. The 18, though, stays out and will win the race on strategy, most likely. And guys, not the end we hoped for in what has been a fun radio-style broadcast. 10 of Ryan Johnson's out of line, but coming through the final corners. Yeah, coming through the final corners. Not the end we hoped for when we did this radio-style broadcast. We'll have to do it again soon. But Henry Williams upsets the playoff drivers and gets Joe Gibbs Racing to victory lane. Once again, Henry Williams wins at the Glen. Congratulations to the 18. Of course, in Rowdy's car, he gets the job done.
Unlike Roddy, who can't do it in his own car, but yeah, you did a great job.
Haha. Gonna have some angry Kyle Busch fans after that. Anyway, we want to thank you for watching. No one punches their ticket in the next round, but it looks like Devin Blue is the highest finishing playoff driver, so he will extend his points lead entering the next race. Anyway, Austin and Daniel, we want to thank you guys for joining us.
Anytime, glad to be here.
And hopefully we'll see you both back here very soon. We know Austin will be back for the Roval and for Coda. Not so sure yet about Daniel. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe Talladega. Who knows? Anyway, we'll show you results and standings. We'll be back here for Talladega. Bye, everyone.